The Sallie House is considered by many to be the most haunted house in America and is located in Atchison, Kansas. The Sallie House has a dark and mysterious history that has both terrified and fascinated people for many years. It was originally built for Michael Finney and his family, who lived in the home until 1947. Over the years, several members of the Finney family died of natural causes in the residence. The property has had many owners after the Finney family, but none as notable as Tony and Deborah Pickman, a young couple who purchased the home in the 1990s and began reporting strange and sometimes violent occurrences in the home that they could not explain. Presently, the home is a macabre attraction for those looking for a scary experience as well as for paranormal investigators looking to record evidence of ghostly activity. Nearly every form of paranormal activity has been reported at the Sallie House, which is why it has gained so much notoriety over the years. Television shows such as A Haunting, Most Haunted Town, Unexplained Mysteries, My Ghost Story, Ghost Adventures, and Sightings have all visited the Sallie House in hopes of recording the paranormal activity that reportedly occurs there. It is said that the activity has been so bad at times that many believe the hauntings may be demonic or speculate that the Sallie House could have a supernatural portal where spirits can come and go as they please. Visitors to the house have reported seeing full-bodied apparitions. One of those apparitions is that of a young girl mysteriously burning candles. Other paranormal activity reported include objects moving through the air, disembodied voices of women, men, and children at night, as well as scratching on the walls and the sound of furniture being moved around. There have also been reports of physical attacks and possessions. Though the home is referred to as the Sallie House, there is no proof that a young girl named Sallie ever lived in the house or died there. However, there is an almost endless supply of urban legends surrounding the story of the residence. One of the more famous of them being that Dr. Charles Finney, the owner of the home at the time, was operating his office out of the first floor of the house and attempted to perform emergency surgery on a little girl named Sallie, which unfortunately resulted in her death. There are two versions of this story, one being that a woman rushed her ailing 6-year-old daughter to the home after the girl complained of severe abdominal pain. When Dr. Finney discovered that the girl's appendix was on the verge of rupturing, he decided to perform surgery on her at his residence and did not even allow time for the anesthetics to take effect before beginning the procedure. The little girl died on the table. In another version of the story, it is said that Sallie was born because of an affair Dr. Finney was having with an African housemaid. When the little girl became ill, the mother brought Sallie to her father, who would not allow the girl to be taken to a hospital for fear that his extramarital activities would be exposed. Instead, he performed the surgery himself and she died due to the failed procedure. While it is true that the tragic story of Sallie could be nothing more than a gruesome legend, it still does not mean that the Sallie House has not seen its share of dark events. It was discovered in the early 2000s that there was a pentagram drawn on the basement floor of the home, as well as evidence of satanic rituals that took place on the property. There was even a luminol test performed in the home that supposedly highlighted signs of blood spatter in the closet of the master bedroom. When Tony and Debbie Pickman, who were recently married and pregnant with their first child when they moved into the home in December of 1992, were happy and hopeful that this would be the perfect house to start their family. However, the young couple had no idea that they were moving into what would turn out to be a total nightmare. It is said that the paranormal activity started about a month after the couple moved in and was far milder than what was to come. At first the couple only recounted small things occurring, such as lights dimming, cold spots, toys playing on their own, and animals acting strangely. But after the birth of their son, the activity appeared to increase a bit more, even keeping the baby awake at all hours. The couple found out from a neighbor that the nursery lights remained on all throughout the night, even after the Pickmans turned them off so the baby could sleep. They also claimed that mold had begun to form on various household items for unknown reasons. At one point, the couple even returned home to find that all the stuffed animals Debbie had organized in the nursery were on the floor, forming a circle. Another time, after a particularly scary evening, the couple decided to spend the night at a family member's house, but just as they were leaving, Tony Pickman began feeling a burning pain on his back, and it was discovered that he had sustained mysterious scratches down his back. After the attack, the Pickmans decided to get help from psychic medium Barbara Connors. She visited the home to get a better idea of what was taking place there. She concluded at the time that the spirit of a little girl named Sallie was residing in the home and did much of her haunting to get attention from the family. Barbara Connors advised the couple to embrace Sallie as a sort of ghostly daughter, but as time passed, the activity and the attacks on Tony continued. One time, during the Pickman child's birthday party at the home, a doll suddenly caught ablaze. At this point, the Pickmans were finally done with living in constant fear, so the Pickmans moved out of the home only 2 years after moving in. In recent years, Debbie Pickman has stated that she now believes Sallie was not the spirit of a lonely little girl, but rather a demon posing as an innocent child in order to gain the trust of the family. Recently, Zach, Aaron, and Nick from the Travel Channel's popular paranormal series Ghost Adventures investigated the Sallie House with former owners, Tony and Deborah Pickman. Some of the strange occurrences that took place during the investigation included Tony Pickman suffering welts on his neck from an unknown source and another guest being scratched on the arm. A guest psychic nearly fainted, and the words "scratch Satan pain kept spirits" were caught on a puck device. Those wishing to step foot inside the Sallie House will be happy to know that there are various tours available to the public, including self-guided tours, guided daytime tours, overnight stays, and supervised investigations. So, if you are still not convinced by all the evidence, why not book a night at the Sallie House and see for yourself if there's any truth to the stories?